Hello, I just wanted to give everybody a tour of the beautiful hot dog cart that I'm going to be selling here. I'm going to miss it. It's made a lot of money for me. I just don't have the time anymore to really sell hot dogs. So let's go ahead and let me give you a quick tour of the hot dog cart real quick so you can get an idea of it. So of course I got the cord going right here. This is used to keep my lights on for my trailer as I'm driving because we want to be safe and legal. Of course it's got a jack that you can rotate for when it's connected to the back of the hitch here. That way it's not going to be, hitting the road during traffic. Once you get to your setup, you just deploy it just like it is, and you can twist that handle right there and it raises it up so you can level the whole cart out so the water isn't all leaning to one side. So well, you obviously see a sink, you see an ice chest, you see a full-size steam table right there with 3 pans. But let's take a look on what's inside here in the cart. My setup right now is just I got a water jug right here. This is my water reservoir. It's not for drinking. It is to pull water up into a RV pump located right there in the back. You can see it. What it does is when it senses pressure, it shuts the valve off so it's not pumping in any more water. As soon as you open this valve right here, it senses that there's no pressure and it starts sucking water up out of this reservoir. Okay, now this goes straight to the pump, and you can see there's actually an intersection right there where we'll call it a T intersection. Well, this one right here at the bottom goes to the cold water. Okay, the other one that you see feeding into the back of the cart there, that takes it to the hot water heater, the on-demand hot water heater. So let me give you a tour of that just real quick. Okay, so where we left off is the water pump sucks it in. One goes to the cold water, you can see it right above my fingernail. The next one sucks to the back of the cart, okay? So the water goes in, of course. Now, this is propane powered, or I'm sorry, propane heated, gas heated. This is our propane line right here. So it comes from the propane tank, goes in, and right here, this is 2 D-cell batteries. This is actually our igniter. This is how it gives a spark to make the fire as the gas is feeding in. There's actually 2 D-cell batteries. These would be the batteries that you use in your old stereo in the 90s if you wanted to go to the beach and listen to the Beastie Boys or something like that. So of course water goes in, great, heats up, fire, right? And then water comes out, bam, right? And it comes out of the sink there, okay? Which then drains into our gray water tank, which is actually located right below my sink right here. It's just a basic gravity feed, and you'll see right there. All right, so there's my feed tube that feeds into my gray water. Now let's say I get to my commissary and I want to drain my water. This is just a temporary fix right now, but I just have a bottle, just the top of a plastic bottle, water bottle, and they cut it in half, and it fit right into the bottom of the cart right here. So you'll see as soon as I turn it on, and we can hear it draining, right? There's no mess inside the cart, which is fantastic. And you can see it's just draining right out the bottom. Of course, you want to do that legally. You don't just want to drive and pour hand gray water everywhere. So that's not the right thing to do. It's not responsible. That's not how we do it. Okay, another thing would be this ice chest right here. This is just a basic Coleman ice chest that I picked up at Walmart, and I recessed it into the top of my stainless steel after I did the measurements. You can see a pipe right there. That's actually my drainage pipe for my ice. So I don't have standing water in here, all right? So it's great. So we did the hot water example, which is good. And actually I didn't show you, but there's an on-off switch at the bottom of that. That's how you turn the batteries on and off, all right? Of course, we've got our bread cabinet. This is the extra space and I put dividers in because I like to keep my gloves right there. I like to keep cleaning utensils right there. Maybe I'll keep buns on this side. I'll keep aprons on this side. And it's held right there by a hair scrunchie. It's pretty simple, all right? It's just elastic. And it keeps it all from flying out into the traffic as we're driving, right? It's really important. It's happened a couple times where I had a napkin just flying out into traffic. It's pretty funny, but not safe. And all it is just plastic, plexi plastic. I added this side table here. This actually holds a griddle typically, but I mean there's multiple things you can use for it. Just an auxiliary table, okay? Again, this is our full-size steam table, okay? And I actually have three pans here, so let's see what's inside. Okay, we've got my perforated pan right here, and under tray 2, another perforated pan, and under tray 3, this is my bun pan right here. So what I typically like to do is I have my hot dogs right here. I like to keep bacon right here, pre-cooked bacon, of course, and then I keep my sausages right here. Maybe you might have 2 different types of sausages, maybe 3, just depending on how I feel about the crowd. And it's a 2-burner setup, which I'll show you right now. This is my bun pan. Now you'll see that this is a false bottom. Okay, I like to keep just a tiny bit, maybe a 1/4 inch of water in there. All right, and it keeps my buns just warm, nice. It keeps a wet heat in there to keep it a little moist. Now I don't typically like the 2nd burner right here. I only keep this one on because it heats these pans just fine, actually brings them to a boil. So I like to keep it on low, just a little tiny bit. This one right here, it's not really necessary to light it at all. If you want to, you can, but it's not really necessary. I never ever really light it. So let me go ahead and show you right here how I got this full steam table set up. This is really handy. This is just a spacer bar used to separate my pans and keep the heat trapped in. Okay, so we're going to move this stuff out of the way, and look at that. We've got 1 burner right there. All right, and I'm just going to scoot this full-size pan right here. All right, and there's my 2nd burner. Now, right below these perforated pans, okay, you might be wondering, but I just keep my water in there, maybe an onion. Maybe I'll put in some stock cubes, some beef stock cubes, to keep my water flavored. That way my dogs don't lose their flavor. Another tip real quick is you don't want to keep that heat too high. If it's way too high, your dogs get really, really big. You don't want that. You want your dogs to be the right size. So you typically keep you start off with high, and then you bring it down to a low. Just a small little boil, just enough to keep them hot, you know. And those will make them. But if you want to impress some people, you can crank it up, and it makes these huge fat dogs. But don't do it too long because they tend to burst and they don't look good to eat at all. So this would be the hot dog cart. This would be the hot dog cart that I'm going to be selling here, and everything is made by hand. I did everything myself, with the exception of this stainless steel that I had laser fabricated. It's very nice. It's kitchen grade. So that's probably the most expensive part on the cart. You know, if you're trying to get an idea of what it costs to build everything without the pans, it's about $1,500 to build this. $1,500. You know, but you have to find things on sale. You know, like if you start looking for the sink, you're not going to find a sink like this. Why? Because it's just a pan. It's just a regular cooking pan, 6 inches deep, so it's legal when it goes past the inspection. And of course, that only cost me $15, right? Very simple. But I mean, to build one of these, I mean, it could take you like 2 months, you know? So why spend the extra money, you know? Spend the extra $500, have it done, be ready to go. And this right here, last thing I want to talk about, this is just aluminum bent over a wooden shelf, and you can see I put brackets right under there. All right, very simple setup. Just be creative. You can build it. If you want to buy mine, go ahead. You know, I'm happy to help whoever. You know, and this is all this is a mailbox lock, right? Very simple. It's just a mailbox key. Really easy, right? This right here, my last one I had trouble with, so I bent some metal and I put some tapper screws into there just to make sure it was held extra. And I just decided to leave it on there because I figured the next person that buys it, they might want that luxury to do that. If you don't want them, just unscrew them, you know? Really simple. Very, very simple. So I hope you all enjoyed the tour of the hot dog cart. It definitely is a winner. It's very simple. It's fun to use. It's easy. One person can move it. It's not too heavy. And setup, I mean, you get to your destination and you'll be rolling out hot dogs, I would say in about 15 minutes if you do it quick. Average person, probably about 25 minutes. But if you know what you're doing, 15 minutes, you got dogs going, you're ready for your customers. Easy to make money, hand over fist. Again, thank you so much for viewing the cart build of Ben's Carts. This is the build where I got the plans. And if you're interested, any questions, just text me. Not text me, message me, and I'll be happy to help you. Thank you so much. God bless, and have a fantastic, blessed day. Goodbye.